Ever feel like you're juggling a million tasks and you just can't keep up? I totally get it. Staying organized can be tough, especially if you're in the rush hour of your life, managing work, life, family, friends, hobbies, and maybe any other side projects. To stay on top in all those areas, Microsoft ToDo is a great choice. And now that you're here, no need to worry about juggling all those responsibilities anymore. I've been in the Microsoft ecosystem for more than 10 years and using almost all Microsoft applications extensively, always trying to get the most out of the tools. With my tutorials here on YouTube, I've helped millions of people to get good, better, and up to pro with different Microsoft tools. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to use Microsoft ToDo to streamline your daily tasks, stay organized, and boost your productivity. By the end, you'll know everything you need and much more to stay on top of your to-dos and maybe even colleagues or clients when it comes to task management. All right, let's get started with the basics, setting up Microsoft ToDo. Whether you're using a Windows PC, a Mac, or even a mobile device, the setup process is straightforward and I'm going to walk you through it step by step. First things first, you need to download the app. If you're on a Windows PC, you can find Microsoft ToDo in the Microsoft Store. Just open the store, search for Microsoft ToDo and click on Install. For Mac users, head over to the App Store, search for Microsoft ToDo and install it from there. And if you're on a mobile device, you can grab the app from the Google Play Store if you're on Android or the App Store if you're on iOS. Once it's downloaded, go ahead and open the app. When you open Microsoft ToDo for the first time, you'll be prompted to sign in with your Microsoft account. If you already have an account, just enter your credentials and sign in. If not, don't worry, creating an account is quick and easy. Just follow the on-screen instructions to set up a new account. Once you're signed in, take a moment to check out the settings. In the top left corner, you'll see your profile picture or initials. Click on that and then select Settings. Here you can customize your experience by adjusting general settings on top, which smart lists should be shown in the app, and things like notifications or more. I recommend turning on notifications so you never miss an important task. But what I usually do when setting up a new app, I review all of the settings to see which I would like to change. So you should also do this here in Microsoft ToDo before moving on. One of the best things about Microsoft ToDo is that it syncs across all your devices. Whether you're on your desktop, laptop, tablet, or smartphone, your tasks will be up to date. Just make sure you're signed in with the same Microsoft account on all your devices. If you're not sure if your most recent changes have been synced already automatically, you can always sync the app manually by clicking on your profile picture or initials and selecting Sync just below Settings. Now that you've got Microsoft ToDo all set up, let's take a tour of the interface so you can start using it like a pro. Understanding where everything is will make managing your tasks much easier, so let's dive right in. When you open Microsoft ToDo, the first thing you'll see is the My Day screen. This is your daily dashboard. It will show you your priorities for the day. So whatever task is due today will show up in that list, as well as you can add tasks from your other lists or creating new ones. You can think of My Day as your personal assistant, helping you focus on what needs to be done today without getting overwhelmed by everything else. On the left side of the screen, you'll notice a sidebar with several default lists. These include My Day, Important, Planned, Assigned to Me, and Tasks. So let's break down what each of these means. My Day. As I mentioned, this is where you plan your tasks for the day. Important is a list that automatically gathers tasks you have marked as important. Perfect for those high priority items you can't afford to miss. In case something is due today and important, it will show on both lists. Planned. Here you'll find all your tasks that have due dates neatly organized in one place. Assigned to Me. If you're collaborating with others through Microsoft ToDo or Microsoft Planner, any tasks assigned to you will appear here. Tasks. This is your default list where any task you create will go unless you specify another list. While the default lists are great to keep an overview, it's better to create your own custom lists. To do so, just click on New List at the bottom left of the sidebar, give it a name, and you're all set. If you'd like to group several lists together, for example for work or personal projects, you can create a new group by clicking on the icon at the bottom right of the sidebar. Once you have named the group, you can drag and drop other lists into that group. This helps keep your sidebar clean and easy to navigate. For example, you might want to group different lists for specific work areas, such as projects or admin. Or in case you have several large projects you are managing, you might have individual lists such as admin, finances, marketing, or anything like that grouped under the respective project. Now let's move to the main part of the screen, the task view. When you click on any list in the sidebar, the task in that list will show here. This is where you'll manage your tasks, adding due dates, reminders, notes, and more. At the top of this section, when you click the three little dots, you'll see options to sort your tasks by due date, importance, or creation date. In addition, you can customize your list with different theme colors or background pictures. If you're looking for a specific task, you can also use the search bar at the top of the navigation bar. It's perfect if you've got a lot going on and need to find something quickly. Oftentimes, I prefer to use the search bar instead of clicking through all my lists. Even if I know where a task is, it's sometimes quicker just typing in the task and searching it instead of opening the list, scrolling to the task, and so on. But that's just my personal preference, which you might want to try. Now, when you click on a task, a details panel will slide out from the right. Here you can add more information to your task, such as a due date, adding a reminder, or creating subtasks. You can even attach files or add notes if you need to keep more detailed information together with the task. And don't forget the importance of subtasks. They're great for breaking down larger tasks into more manageable steps, making sure nothing slips through the cracks. Now that we've got the setup and interface navigation down, it's time to dive into the heart of Microsoft ToDo, managing your tasks. This is where the magic really happens, and I'm going to show you how to create, organize, and complete tasks to maximize your productivity. Let's start with the basics, creating a new task. It's super simple. In any list, just click the Add a Task field at the bottom of the task view, type in your task and hit Enter. There you go, you've just created your first task. But that's just the beginning. So after you've created a task, you'll notice a few options to customize it. Let's explore these options to make sure your tasks are not only created, but also fully set up to help you get things done. One of the best ways to ensure you stay on top of your task is by adding due dates and reminders. After you create a task, click on it to open the details panel on the right. Choose a specific date, or if your task is time sensitive, set it to be due today or tomorrow. Now, if you're like me and need a little nudge to stay on track, you'll definitely want to add a reminder. Just click on the bell icon and choose when you'd like to be reminded. Whether it's the day before, a few hours before, or a custom time that suits you best. This feature is a lifesaver for making sure nothing slips through the cracks. Depending on your task, you might also want to make it recurring. For example, if you need to review monthly sales figures or write the quarterly report, you can make the task that you have just created repeat every day, week, month, or by whatever cadence you need. Not all tasks are created equal, right? Some tasks are more important than others, and that's where prioritization comes in. In the details panel, you'll see a star icon at the very top. Clicking this will mark your task as important, which will automatically add it to the important list we discussed earlier. This is perfect for those high priority tasks you cannot miss. For even more control, you can sort your tasks within a list by their importance. Just use the Sort menu at the top of your task view by clicking on the three little dots and organize tasks by priority, due date, or the order they were created. However, it's important to not overdo it when prioritizing tasks. If you mark too many tasks as important, you risk losing focus on what truly matters. Instead, be very selective and only prioritize the tasks that are genuinely critical. That way, the most important tasks get the attention they deserve, regardless if your task is important or not. Sometimes it's too big to tackle it all at once. And that's where subtasks called steps in Microsoft ToDo come in handy. In the Details panel, click Add Step to create smaller, more manageable steps within your main task. For example, if your task is to prepare a presentation, your steps might include create slides, draft speaking notes, and practice delivery. This way, you can track your progress on each part of the task and get the satisfaction of checking off those steps as you go. You can further work with your steps by promoting them to a separate task. Do that by clicking on the 3 little dots on the right of the task. What's also great about Microsoft ToDo is that it allows you to assign tasks to others. So if you're working together on a project or in your team, it's super simple to create tasks that are also relevant for your team members. To assign a task, click on Assign To and enter the person's email. Alternatively, you can create a link and share the link separately. In both cases, the task will then appear in their to-do list, keeping everyone on the same page. What I don't like about Microsoft ToDo is that you cannot assign individual steps or subtasks to others. You can only assign the entire task to someone else, but not more. So if there's only one step relevant for someone else, you would need to promote the step to a separate task and assign it separately. Further, Microsoft ToDo also has space to keep track of extra details of files related to a task. Just go to the Details panel, where you can add notes by typing in the Add a Note field. This is great for jotting down ideas, instructions, or any information you'll need when you go to the task. I like to comment anything that goes beyond the short name of the task, or I also like to put links to supporting documents in the Notes field. If you like, you can also attach files directly to a task, whether it's a document, image, or any other file type. Just click the paperclip icon to upload your attachment. This keeps everything you need in one place, so you don't have to go hunting for files when you're ready to get to work. Of course, the best part of any task management system is completing your tasks. I love checking the boxes when I have completed a task, since it gives me the feeling of accomplishment and advancement. So when you're done with a task, simply click the checkbox next to it and it will be marked as completed and moved out of your active task list. But here's a pro tip that may sound super basic, but I see many people just don't do it. Don't forget to review your completed tasks from time to time. It's a great way to see your progress and stay motivated. But also, sometimes you will see a completed task that might remind you of a follow-up that is still required but not yet scheduled, or an open subtask that was never in your list. Just scroll down to the bottom of your task list and you'll find all your completed tasks there, waiting to be reviewed. And if you like the simplicity but practicability of the video so far, make sure to subscribe to my newsletter and grab your free copy of the Essential Guide to 3x Productivity. Let's be honest, are you tired of feeling buried by your to-do list, constantly running out of time and never making real progress? If you're exhausted by the daily grind, wasting time and stressing out without seeing the expected results, then you need this guide. It's packed with proven strategies that actually work to triple your productivity by mastering 3 key areas: building solid structures that keep your day organized and focused, creating simple systems that make managing your time, tasks, and priorities effortless, and supercharging your workflow with Microsoft 365 tips that save you hours. So if you're ready to reclaim your time, reduce your mental load, and get more done every day, don't wait. Sign up for my newsletter via the link in the description, grab the free guide, and start making real lasting progress today. Alright, now that you've got the basics down, it's time to unlock the full potential of Microsoft ToDo. First up, let's look at tags. Tags are a powerful way to add another layer of organization to your tasks. They're especially useful if you have tasks that span multiple projects or categories. To add a tag, simply type a hashtag followed by the tag name directly in the task name or notes, like hashtag urgent or hashtag project X. You can create tags for anything that makes sense for your workflow. Priority levels, project names, contacts, you name it. Later, you can search by tag to quickly pull up all related tasks, making it easier to manage complex projects. However, be aware of the fact that when adding a tag into the task's notes, the task name will only show up in smaller font size below the tag. Only if you put the tag in the task name, it will be more visible. That might be a bit confusing at first, but now you know. What's also quite useful is Microsoft To-Do's smart lists. Smart lists are dynamic lists that automatically group tasks based on certain criteria, like due dates or importance. We've touched on some of these, like the important list, but there's more to explore. To enable or customize smart lists, go to your settings by clicking on your profile icon and then settings. Here you can toggle smart lists on or off and even choose which ones you want to display. Once toggled on, they will appear on the left in the navigation bar. In short, smart lists are fantastic for giving you a quick overview of what needs attention without manually sorting through your tasks. One of the greatest strengths of Microsoft To Do is how well it integrates with other Microsoft apps. So let me share with you a few key integrations that can supercharge your productivity. If you use OneNote for note-taking, you can easily link your notes to tasks in Microsoft To Do. Just copy the link to a specific note and paste it into the tasks note sections. This way, all relevant information is just a click away when you're working on that task. If you're managing tasks in Microsoft Planner, especially for team projects, you can view and manage those tasks directly in Microsoft To Do under the Assigned to Me list. This integration ensures that all your tasks, whether individual or collaborative, are in one place. And if you're using a Windows device, you can even use Cortana to add tasks to Microsoft To Do with voice commands. For example, just say, "Hey Cortana, add finish report to my to-do list," and it'll appear on the app. It's a hands-free way to stay on top of your tasks. But next to those integrations, the most important, at least in my opinion, is the one between Microsoft To Do and Outlook. I really love how seamless and simple this is and how easy it becomes to manage your tasks. So the first step is to ensure that you're signed into both Microsoft To Do and Outlook with the same Microsoft account. This is crucial because the sync feature relies on your account being consistent across both platforms. If you're using Outlook and To Do at work, this should be the case. However, if you're using it at home and have several email addresses, you should make sure to check which email address you're logged into which tool. If you've been using Outlook's built-in task feature, you'll be happy to know that all those tasks will automatically appear in Microsoft To Do. There's no need to manually import or export anything. Just open Microsoft To Do and you will see your Outlook tasks under the tasks list in To Do. In case you're using the new Outlook, tasks are no longer available, but To Do is natively integrated into Outlook. If you click on the To Do icon in the very left of Outlook, your To Do interface will open directly in Outlook and you can create new tasks there. Next to creating tasks directly in or from Outlook, let's look at the ability to turn flagged emails into tasks. So when you flag an email in Outlook, it will automatically appear in the flagged emails list in Microsoft To Do. If you don't have any flagged emails, the list will not appear on your navigation bar in To Do. Only once you flag your first email, it will appear on the left. To flag an email in Outlook, simply click the flag icon next to the message. It will then show up in your to-do list where you can set a due date, add notes, and even break it down into steps if needed. Without using To Do, you had to manually transfer your flagged emails or tasks from Outlook into your external to-do list or just keep them separate. So I always had my flagged emails and in parallel my actual to-do list. However, usually my flagged emails include a to-do, and even if it's still tiny, it should be on a list. So this integration is a fantastic way to ensure that important emails don't get lost in your inbox and are followed up on time. Now you might want to sync calendar events with To Do. Even though Microsoft To Do doesn't directly sync with your Outlook calendar, there's a simple workaround to make sure you are properly preparing for your meetings. Just create tasks in Microsoft To Do based on your calendar events. For example, if you have a meeting scheduled in Outlook, you can create a corresponding task in To Do to prepare for it. take notes, or follow up afterwards. Ideally, you name the task similar to the meeting or at least put it on the respective project or group. As you've seen, syncing Outlook with Microsoft To-Do is simpler than it seems, and it's a game changer for staying organized. But to really level up your productivity, knowing how to use OneNote effectively is key. So watch this video next, where I show you how to take smarter and more organized notes with OneNote, covering everything from basics to advanced tips. Be sure to check it out now.